Right now at 6, La Crosse's upgraded wastewater treatment plant is complete. The new system that's saving energy.
And a La Crosse summer staple on the move again.
Streaming 24/7 on the News 8 Plus app. You're watching News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. We start with developing news.
Yeah, the farmers market is on the move again, but no one knows where. The news coming today from Market Association manager Sadie Linero. The market was supposed to be on Pearl Street for 2026, operating 3:30 to 7:30 p.m. on Fridays. But it needs sponsorship to stay in that spot. Last year, the market moved from Cameron to Burns Park over safety concerns. It was then moved to the City Hall parking lot.
Well, the search continues for a missing La Crosse man. Stanley Howe disappeared over the weekend. This morning, police holding a search party near Community Trail Farms. The 45-year-old's car was found Sunday at the Paul Stry Nature Preserve. Howe is 6 feet tall and 240 pounds and was last seen wearing a blue long-sleeved shirt. La Crosse County Sheriff's Office says no further searches are planned, but if you have any information on his whereabouts, call 608-782-7575.
Hey, heads up for drivers in Vernon County. Construction on Highway 131 southbound is now underway. Crews will work on bridge repairs over Jug Creek between Ontario and Rockton. No timeline yet on completion.
After 5 years and $65 million, La Crosse has an upgraded wastewater treatment plant.
News 8 Now's Brooklyn Hines shows us what that investment looks like.
This La Crosse wastewater plant isn't just treating water, it's turning waste into energy to help power itself. The new system breaks down waste more efficiently, producing methane gas in the process. That gas is then used to generate electricity right here on site.
We use methane to burn in an engine to produce our own electricity to help offset that.
Leaders say that process helps cut down on energy use and even reduces truck traffic and fuel costs.
It's an amazing project. It helps reduce electricity use. They use about 80% less electricity than they did before, while still being connected to the grid should they have to use the grid-connected power.
City officials say the investment is expected to save both money and resources.
Being sustainable, thinking about climate and being environmentally friendly, as well as ensuring that we're utilizing and being good stewards of taxpayer dollars.
For a municipality to be doing it and for us to, power as much as we actually are, and we're just getting started. It's paying for itself.
City leaders say this project also helps La Crosse take a step towards energy independence. Reporting in La Crosse, Brooklyn Hine, News 8 Now.
UW-Eau Claire has a new chancellor. Edwin Martini is approved as the university's 9th chancellor. He succeeds James Schmidt, who served in the role from 2013 to 2025. He currently serves as provost and vice chancellor for academic affairs at UW-Oshkosh. He'll take over the Eau Claire role July 1st.
Today is Earth Day, and La Crosse residents of all ages came together for a community cleanup. Larson's General Store supplied participants with grabbers, trash bags, and buckets. They took to the streets, picked up litter, and cleaned up public spaces.
Basically, we're just having people come out and help clean up and make downtown, the heart of our city, look beautiful with some special treats for everyone.
That cleanup wrapped up at 6.
And it was a really good day for it.
Great day for it.
Although it sounds like we're transitioning into alert day conditions.
Just for a little bit of time, yeah. We do have a front coming through. As you would expect in spring, eventually these days will come to an end. But we do have a round of severe thunderstorms potential from 6 p.m. to about midnight. This one's going to be in the shape of a line more than anything else. So really damaging wind is the main hazard. The other hazards are possible. But otherwise, once this passes, we're going to be more cooler, more seasonal conditions. We're not going to see in these upper 70s, low 80s that we saw today. In fact, you go further west into Minnesota, they had 90-degree weather and actually some fire weather issues because of these hot and dry conditions out in that area. But definitely warm and dry overhead. Here right now, we're still upper 70s. That wind has picked up out of the south ahead of this front that'll be advancing throughout the nighttime. So it's going to be a warm night. That wind's going to keep it up. There's your red flag issues further to the west. We're just elevated just because of a little bit stronger wind today and relative humidities in the 20%. Instead of further west, you got into the teens of a percent. This evening, really 69 as you get closer to 10 p.m. So once again, well above average and very warm conditions for this time of year at both locations. So get out and enjoy it because we likely will not see 70-degree weather for at least another probably week and a half. So we'll try them out, the storms that we got coming, what those conditions look like for the weekend, and if the weekend stays dry too. That all coming up a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
And a reminder, you can track weather on your block by downloading the First Warn Weather app. You can find it at the App Store or on Google Play.
A News 8 follow-up, felony charges in the Ridgeland Farms break-in case. 4 people are charged with burglary after a large break-in at the dog breeding operation, which resulted in 30 dogs being removed. Ridgeland Farms has faced years of protests and legal battles over animal welfare concerns. Court filings say Operation Metro Surge drained more than $600 million from Minnesota's economy. Attorney General Keith Ellison reports more than $610 million in lost business, partially from canceled conventions and medical appointments. Local police agencies are also feeling the strain. The city spent more than $6 million in overtime from January to March.
Minnesota lawmakers are proposing one-time property tax relief after homeowners report higher costs. A $100 million plan would help 588,000 families with an average refund increase of $171. The proposal comes as state finances are tight and lawmakers work to avoid a potential future deficit.
Since 2023, we've delivered billions in tax relief and significant support to local governments. But those efforts are now being outpaced by rising costs and federal cost shifts. So this bill is about responding to that reality. It recognizes property taxes as one of the fastest rising costs and delivers relief where those increases are happening.
Governor Tim Walz acknowledges concerns about high property tax bills, but says the legislature likely won't tackle the issue this year.
Still to come, the Iran-U.S. ceasefire under fire, the blockade and overnight attacks derailing peace talks.
Plus, United Airlines CEO speaks out why he says the cost to fly could rise 20%.
Tomorrow morning, the NFL draft starts. Who the Packers are looking at picking up to fill in some gaps. Plus, Art has the chance for some storms when we see you at 5 a.m.
All the best mattresses are under one roof at PM Sleep Center. Tempur-Pedic, Beautyrest Black, Stearns & Foster, Sealy Posturepedic, and Serta Eye Comfort. Your best night's sleep starts at PM Sleep Center, giving lacrosse a good night's sleep for over 30 years.
Get everything you need to start your spring off right. Plus, get an 11% rebate with Menards Garden Center. Choose from our wide selection of colorful flowers, lush trees and shrubs, and everything in between. Plus, pick up seeds, tools, and decor to keep your garden green and growing. Stop in to the Menards Garden Center today and spring into big savings. Find these fresh deals and more and get an 11% rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes today
a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and U.S. Cellular have joined forces. And now that we've combined networks, T-Mobile covers more places than ever before. America's best network just got bigger. Join now and your plan price is guaranteed for 5 years. T-Mobile and U.S. Cellular, better together.
All the best mattresses are under one roof at PM Sleep Center. Tempur-Pedic, Beautyrest Black, Stearns & Foster, Sealy Posturepedic, and Serta Eye Comfort. Your best night's sleep starts at PM Sleep Center, giving lacrosse a good night's sleep for over 30 years.
The truce between Iran and the United States extends indefinitely, but attacks continue to be reported in the Strait of Hormuz.
Iran says it didn't request a ceasefire and won't accept one with the continued U.S. blockade on Iranian vessels. Overnight, Iranian forces seized 2 ships and attacked a third. The U.S. naval blockade continues targeting Iranian-linked ships.
We are completely strangling their economy through this blockade. They're losing $500 million a day. The Carg Island is completely full. They can't move oil in and out. They can't even pay their own people as a result of this economic leverage that President Trump has inflicted over them.
Pakistan's prime minister urges both sides to observe the ceasefire and work toward peace talks in Islamabad, but it remains unclear when the next round of negotiations will happen. 3 U.S. officials say about half of Iran's ballistic missile stockpile remains intact.
The parent company of Truth Social is getting a new interim CEO. Trump Media and Technology Group says Kevin McGurn is stepping into the role. He's a former Hulu and Vivo executive. Former Congressman Devin Nunes is resigning from the CEO job. The company is currently facing mounting financial losses and a sagging stock price.
Longtime Georgia Congressman David Scott is dead at age 80. Scott represented Georgia's 13th district for more than 2 decades. He was running for re-election to a 13th term at the time of his death. The White House has lowered its flags to half staff in honor of Scott.
United Airlines says it is raising its fares by as much as 20% this summer. CEO Scott Kirby says jet fuel costs are way up and the airline needs to pass some of that expense to customers. But Kirby also said prices likely won't come back down even if oil prices decline.
Happening now, preparations for the NFL draft. Let's get a live look over at Pittsburgh. The draft site will be Acrisure Stadium, where the Steelers play. Between 500 and 700,000 visitors are expected to attend. Now, the Packers won't pick until the 20th pick of the second round. Their first rounder was sent to the Cowboys as part of the Micah Parsons trade.
And security for the 3-day event is tight. FBI agents will be positioned on Coast Guard cutters, on boats, and on the streets.
We will have more news ahead.
But first.
Yeah, unfortunately, the storms are going to return here for Thursday night, some which could be severe, so we'll time those out and then show you what Friday and the weekend has in store. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Do the plans for your new home include a fireplace? Is your builder using La Crosse Fireplace Company? Our showroom has over 70 units on display to help inspire you. We'll design more than just your Heat and Glow fireplace. We'll help you pick the perfect stone, mantle, and hearth, making your Heat and Glow fireplace the focal point of your new home. Visit our showroom today or call us for your free estimate. La Crosse Fireplace Company, Mormon Coulee Road, because your place is by the fire.
Nobody brings you selection and style like King Furniture, your hometown destination for every room in your home. Looking for better sleep? We have a huge selection of mattresses for every comfort and budget with 0% easy payment plans available. And as always, trade in your old furniture for a discount on new. And we'll even deliver it and haul it away for free. Just try that anywhere else. For selection, service, and value you can count on, it's all here at King Furniture.
Bring on the spring. Bring on the savings. Bring it on at your local Northland Ford dealers. Get out there in America's most awarded brand for new vehicle quality. Start a new adventure in a Ford Explorer. Take on the great outdoors in a Bronco Sport. Do it all with an Escape. It's time to bring it on. Current and qualified Ford owners get up to $3,000 bonus cash on a Ford Bronco Sport. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Crispy chicken sandwiches are on sale for $3.99 and 8-piece bone-in chicken only $9.99. We got you covered. Quick Trip.
Interested in a heat pump for your home? Here at G&T, we've got an offer to sweeten the deal. Qualified customers can get up to $8,000 off a new Goodman heat pump system and a $2,000 tax credit for this year. In most cases, you'll pay less for this heat pump and furnace system installation, as well as over time with its efficiency and energy savings. Seriously, a Goodman heat pump that's smaller and more efficient for less. Plus, it's installed by an amazing team of skilled technicians with quality you can count on and experience you can trust. Interested? Call G&T for the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Well, on this beautiful Earth Day, NASA releasing more images from the Artemis II mission.
That's right. These images were taken on day 2 of the astronauts' 9-day mission around the moon and back earlier this month. NASA also releasing images showing Earth from the International Space Station after an orbital sunrise.
Mother Earth looking beautiful as
Very
always.
cool.
I hope everyone took a mental snapshot of today because we are going to be dropping in temps and it's going to get a little rainy out there, Greg.
Yeah, we're going to be dropping in temps. The good news is, if you remember last weekend, we were 30s and 40s. We're not going to drop like that type of conditions here past once we get cooler conditions. So more what you would expect for this time of April as we go forward to Friday and the weekend. So that's the positive news. We will cool off. We just won't see these 70s and 80s like we're seeing right now. Along with the change in air mass comes a front typically, and you're going to have this time of year the potential for severe weather. This one's more like a line or a couple lines that'll come through. Nothing like we saw last weekend. This is more probably damaging winds and maybe a brief spin up, but this will come through at some point between about 6 p.m. and midnight. Still a little bit uncertain of when it'll get into the area and how quickly it's going to fall apart, because it will fall apart eventually due to the nighttime conditions going on. The threat really is the wind once you get a single line start to form. These other threats really can be the hail and the flooding. Really, if the individual storms will be more of that concern. Tornadoes, along with this line, sometimes you can get little spin ups along the line, brief tornadoes, but if you're taking shelter for the high winds, the damaging winds, then you're fine with even if these do spin up. They're just very brief tornadoes. Those are the threats that we're looking at. You can see overall the big picture threat. More as you go further west, we're not seeing any more of the enhanced or orange conditions like we saw last week, so it's more a little bit less. But really, that line shows you kind of how far east the line will get before it falls apart. Less confident that it's going to continue being very strong as we get towards central and eastern Wisconsin as we get later Thursday night into early Friday morning. So rainfall, we do have opportunity for more rain. Now, this includes 2 events. We're looking at tomorrow night into early Friday, and then another one at Sunday night into Monday. So both opportunities could give us another 2.5 inches of rain. Already April's been very wet. It's looking like it's going to finish on a wet note with this type of rainfall that's going to be occurring. We could see some flooding issues once again. Rivers and creeks could come back up. We'll just have to wait and see how this plays out, but definitely going to have more rain, but we will have a break in between going on. Here's the front that'll be lifting north tonight too. That'll actually allow our temperatures to stay up fairly warm tonight and get our dew points and moisture come back. There's a system that's just ejecting out of the Rockies right now. All those blues are just wind reports with this system. That's pretty cold too, with a lot of snow. And you can see the little fire symbols show up. They've had some fire issues too, eastern Colorado into the plains. Once again, very dry down there. Also, the dew points right now still fairly low. We'd like to see, if you want to see more storms and everything else, you'd like to see more mid-50s to low 60s. You are getting those, but they're fairly to the south, but they will start increasing overnight. As a result, you're going to wake up with very warm conditions. In fact, not far from record. Record would be low 60s for being the warmest night. So very warm start. Along with the wind that'll be picking up and be quite strong tomorrow too, will allow temperatures once again to get well into the 70s. Further east you go, where you'll have the cloud cover will come in a little bit later, or the precipitation won't really hit until after sunset. You might have another crack at 80 degrees or even the mid 80s in some locations. Further west, it's probably going to be another 70s because the cloud cover will increase in the afternoon, and showers and storms will probably hit some of these areas by the time we get to about 5 and 6. And I'll show you there'll be 2 areas of concern with this. So in the morning, we will have cloud cover for some areas with all that moisture coming up. It'll break up. Then the first round of storms start coming in into late. This is kind of scattered activity between about 4 and 6. It won't be widespread, but could be a strong storm or two, especially further north. Then the line gets better organized as the front gets closer. So probably after about 8 to 9, you'll start seeing this line form. Strongest storms right now, probably northeast Iowa into southwest Wisconsin. But here comes this line coming through. It'll push to the east. Could be strong to severe. By the time we get to about midnight, it's east of the area, and our severe threat pretty much is over with some lingering precipitation going on. There's your temperatures for Friday. It's going to be cooler, but as I said, it's not that far from where we should be for this time of year. And that will continue through about Saturday before we kind of warm up a little bit for Sunday in preparation for that next system to come through Sunday night into Monday, Tuesday with more rain, followed by another drop in temperatures. But these drops are going back to a little bit below average or near average. Nothing like, once again, we saw the last weekend when it was 30s and 40s.
Yeah, it drops to around 60 are still pretty
So
good.
this is more manageable for folks.
Yes, for sure.
Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, welcome to the show, an MVC product with a memorable night out in Queens, plus details on who John Blackwell and Nolan Winter will be suiting up for next season, as both recently have made decisions public. Jacob is next.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
News 8 Now and Trust Point proudly honored the top graduating seniors from La Crosse area schools at the Honor Student Banquet. These students are outstanding examples of academic excellence, and we're proud of them and their schools. Congratulations to these and all graduating seniors.
Did you know CancerGuard can help screen for multiple cancers?
Good to know.
CancerGuard helps screen for over 50 cancers, even before symptoms appear.
Wait, what?
It's one simple blood test.
That really is good to know.
CancerGuard, from the makers of Cologuard.
When you want to have it all, head to Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Make the short, scenic drive and fuel up on crave-worthy comfort foods, fresh seafood, crisp salads, and indulgent desserts at Tradewinds Buffet. Then, take the latest slots for a spin, make a splash at the lagoon, and catch free live entertainment in Parlay. From delicious food to non-stop fun, you can have it all, only at Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Destination fun.
Shopping for your next car or truck? Get more with Maury's. More transparency, more clarity, more trust, and more value with Maury's More Care program. Visit Maury'sAuto.com and get more with Maury's.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we see you out there coming up with original ideas, and we support that, which is why when your project needs some elevation, we have what you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Right now, during our battery-powered tool sale, get up to $30 off these new Ego outdoor power tools, $100 off all in-stock Cub Cadet lawn tractors, and select Blaine's brand marine RV and lawn and garden batteries, $5 off. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
News 8 Now and Trust Point proudly honored the top graduating seniors from La Crosse area schools at the Honor Student Banquet. These students are outstanding examples of academic excellence, and we're proud of them and their schools. Congratulations to these and all graduating seniors. Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Well, with the busy week it's been so far, especially yesterday, I didn't even get a chance to mention the destination for one former Badger as well as the decision for another. John Blackwell announced on social media that he will be transferring to Duke. Blackwell, one of the top targets in the portal, averaged 19.1 points and 5.1 rebounds per contest last year with Wisconsin. He told ESPN in part, quote, "You can come here and be a draft pick, and that's always my dream. Come here and help us win a national championship," end quote. Meanwhile, Nolan Winter will be back in a Badgers uniform, signing an agreement to complete his collegiate career in the same place he started it. This past season, Winter averaged just north of 13 points per game, along with 8.5 boards. Meanwhile, what a special day for Toma's own Connor Prelip. Just moments ago, he took the mound and made his major league debut with the Twins, taking on the Mets. He spent 3 seasons down in the minor leagues with Minnesota. We'll have more on his outing later at 10. And with some good conditions outside for the most part lately here, I'm happy to introduce the first Play of the Week segment for the spring sports season. And since we're just talking about a Toma stud on the baseball field, how about another? Teague Stevenson delivering a walk-off double in the 7th to help lift his Timberwolves' defeat rivals Sparta back on Monday. Moving on, didn't take long for Josie Brudos to get the party started back on Monday. The West Salem senior launching out the first pitch of the game into orbit in the circle. She'd sit down 15 Westby batters in a Panthers victory. Next up, some lacrosse happening in La Crosse last night. The Lightning would fall to DeForest, but the first goal of the game by the home side was a dandy courtesy of Central sophomore Robbie Seahafer, showing off the speed and the precision. At number 4, the skies were clear for takeoff for Alma Pepin's Justin Bergman last night at the night invite. The Eagle senior would soar for a mark of 13 feet in the pole vault, and he would be crowned champion of the event. And you'll see this one later tonight, but check out the chip from Aquinas Jr. Jack Vogel earlier at the MVC meet in Drugans today. Fantastic touch and pace on a difficult chip. He almost hoops it, but he will take the tap in par. So those are your options to choose from. To cast your vote, head to news8000.com. Under the sports tab, click on Play of the Week and select your favorite. Voting opens shortly after the show. Now, guys, weather, I put a damper on things lately. If there's no games, I can't have plays. So luckily, Mother Nature was looking forward to the segment coming back. So what do we like this week?
I'm going for the champion, Justin Bergman.
Yeah, that was really
high
good.
jump.
Yeah, I'll go with pole vaulting.
Pole vault, it's tough to do, man. You get up there high, you can fall hard too.
It's not called a high jump.
No, high jump is when you just jump with your feet. You don't use any help in high jump, but pole vault is.
Pole vaulting.
So, shout out to Justin. Shout out to all those, and cast your votes. Just by the word if you want to become a winner.
Connor Prelip just got his first career strikeout against Luis Robert.
How about that?
All right, good stuff. Thanks Jacob.
All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Miss a story? See it again or watch us live on YouTube at WKBT News 8 Now.
You ever see the sign above the highway? The number of people that have been killed on the road?
Hey, go, go, go!
My wife, my son, and my unborn child were killed by a distracted driver. They were more than just a number.
They often say variety is the spice of life. Well, if that's what you're looking for, the Board Store is your destination because we have variety. We have windows and doors. We have siding. We have sunrooms. We have kitchens. We have bathrooms. We have flooring. We have tile. Whatever your home improvement needs are, interior or exterior, there's no better destination than the Board Store showrooms at 524 Copeland Avenue in La Crosse.
So that no matter what mess you brought into this church today, no matter what addiction and what struggle, no matter how many times you've doubted God or questioned God, that because of Jesus Christ, God's not holding it over your head. Instead, there is this amazing grace, there is this unconditional love that you and I can say, God doesn't just put up with us. God loves us.
Join Pastor Mike Novotny each Sunday. Watch Time of Grace on Channel 8, WKBT.
All right, alert day conditions are for tomorrow for 6 p.m. to midnight. There will be a line that comes through at some point with damaging winds as the most likely threat. Heavier rainfall is possible too. It will be over by about midnight. We'll have cooler conditions. This is the last time we'll probably see upper 70s, low 80s for at least a good week, maybe longer. This is what you would usually see in early June. We're going to be more back to what we should be for regular temperatures come Friday through the weekend, although we'll warm up a little bit by Sunday. But all in all, not a big drop.
Not bad at all.
No.